it will become square of this number. So C will be equal to, the answer will be 11.7 into 10 raised to minus 12 Faraday. So this is how we calculate the capacitance and frequency of this sum, which was asked from ultrasonic waves. The marks for that was 4 marks. This numerical was asked in 4 marks in GTU paper solutions, in GTU papers, and this was the solution of this numerical. Let us go to next numerical. This is the 4th numerical which is being asked. The sound intensity received from a train is 25.3 watt per meter square, and that of from another train is 0.9 watt per meter square. Find the resultant relative intensity of these two sources in decibel. I repeat, sound intensity received from a train is 25.3 watt per meter square, and that from another train is 0.9 watt per meter square. Find the resultant relative intensity of these two sources in decibel. In this numerical, you can see that we have given the values of two sound intensities of two different sources or from two different sources. That is, intensity I is equal to 25.3 watt per meter square, I1 is equal to 25.3 watt per meter square, and I2 of another train is 0.9 watt per meter square. The value of intensity level is not calculated yet, and we are asked to calculate the resultant relative intensity, and the answer should be in decibel. This numerical is asked in 3 marks. So to calculate this numerical, we should go towards our solution. Let us get the solution of this. Here in this numerical, you can see that the first intensity of the sound source of a train is represented as I1, which is equal to 25.3 watt per meter square. I1 is equal to 25.3 watt per meter square, and in the same manner I2 is equal to 0.9 watt per meter square. Watt per meter square is the unit to measure intensity, as well as if decibel, if I am talking about decibel, decibel is the unit to measure the intensity level, not intensity. So here you can see one more value of intensity, I0. Here I0 is the standard intensity. If the value of standard intensity is not given, or the reference intensity, you can also name it as reference intensity. If the value of reference intensity or standard intensity is not given, I0 is 0 intensity or standard intensity, and the value of that is 10 raised to minus 12 watt per meter square. Let us calculate the resultant intensity level. To calculate the resultant intensity level, we need is that we want to calculate the intensity level of the sound which is created due to intensity I1, and we need to calculate the intensity level of the sound which is created due to the sound intensity of I2, and then we should calculate the resultant intensity. That means we should add the intensity level which is created due to intensity of I1 as well as I2. Here IL1, here you can see the equation, this equation IL1 is equal to 10 log base of 10 I1 upon I0. This equation is derived in the chapter of acoustics or architectural acoustics. By substituting this value, you can just get the value of intensity level in decibel. Here I1 represents the intensity of the first source, that is 25.3 watt per meter square. I0 with respect to the standard intensity, that is 10 raised to minus 12 watt per meter square. When you substitute this value and take the log of that, and when you multiply it with 10, you get the value of intensity level of the sound which is created due to the sound of intensity I1. So here we calculated by substituting this value of I1 and substituting the value of I0, we get the value of IL1. The value of IL1 is 134.03 decibel. So as we calculated IL1 from I1 for I1, in the same manner for I2 we will calculate IL2, and then from that, to get the resultant intensity level, we will add IL1 as well as IL2, and then we will get the answer of resultant intensity level. Here in the next solution you can see that IL2 is equal to 10 log base. Here instead of this I1 we have substituted the value of I2, and here the value of I0 as same. By substituting this value and taking the log of that, we can get it 8.954. By multiplying it with 10, we can get the value of IL2 for I2, that is 89.54 decibel. So intensity level IL here in this equation IL represents the resultant intensity level, which is equal to the intensity level of I1, and IL2 represents the intensity level of I2. IL1 is 134.03 plus IL2 is 89.54. On adding both of that, you will get the resultant intensity level, that is IL is equal to 223.57 decibel. So in this manner we have calculated the sum of intensity level, which is asked in normally 3 to 4 marks. In last January 2013, this question or this numerical was asked for 3 marks. So you can gain this 3 mark easily while calculating this sum. Let us go towards next sum, next numerical. Numerical number 5. Compute the values of numerical aperture, acceptance angle and relative refractive index for an optical fiber with core refractive index 1.585 and cladding refractive index 1.515. In this numerical, you are asked to calculate the numerical aperture of that optical fiber, the acceptance angle of that optical fiber and relative refractive index for an optical fiber. Here the values of core refractive index, that is 1.585, and cladding's refractive index, that is 1.515, is given. These are the two values of refractive index. One refractive index is for core and another is for cladding. The value of core, the refractive index of core is always greater than that of cladding's refractive index. This is due to the condition for total internal reflection, due to which the light ray can propagate through the medium of an optical fiber of core and cladding, while with the help of refraction. So let us calculate and get the solution for this numerical. This numerical in your GTU paper of January 2013 was asked for 4 marks. and it can be just solved in this manner as our solution. Let us move towards our question. Here eta 1 represents the value of refractive index of core, that is 1.585, and in the same manner eta 2 represents the value of refractive index of cladding, that is 1.515. We want to calculate numerical aperture of the type of optical fiber. NA represents the numerical aperture of that optical fiber. 5 in represents the acceptance angle of that optical fiber, and delta represents the relative refractive index. So these are the three quantities which are to be calculated in our numerical. So first of all, we should substitute the data in our paper. Eta 1 and eta 2 are the refractive index, numerical aperture, acceptance angle, and delta. Delta represents the relative refractive index. Relative refractive index. To calculate numerical aperture NA is equal to under root eta 1 square minus eta 2 square. This is the equation in your solution. This is in the equation of your derivation of acceptance angle and numerical aperture. You can see that numerical aperture is equal to under root eta 1 square minus eta 2 square. We just substitute the values of eta 1 and eta 2 and get the answer of numerical aperture. Eta 1 is 1.585, just square that value, minus 1.515 and square that value. Take the under root of this whole term and you can get the answer of numerical aperture, that is 0.4658. 0.4658 is the value of numerical aperture of the optical fiber having refractive index eta 1 and eta 2, that is 1.585 and 1.515. We calculated here the numerical aperture. Now we want to calculate the acceptance angle. To calculate this acceptance angle, let us get the solution. Here this equation sin 5 in is equal to under root eta 1 square minus eta 2 square. This 5 in represents the acceptance angle. We have the values of eta 1 and eta 2, that is the refractive index of core and cladding. We already substituted and calculated this under root eta 1 square minus eta 2 square. The answer of that is 0.4658 already. So taking this sign on this side, it will be converted into sine inverse. So when we take this sign into this side, it will be converted into sine inverse. And taking the sine inverse of this value, you will get the answer, that is 27.76 degrees. That means the angle will be in degrees. So answer will be getting in degrees. We are just converting into standard value of 27 degrees and 46 minutes. We have converted this value into degrees and minutes. The answer will be 27 degree and 46 minutes. So this is how we calculated the acceptance angle. Now there is one more equation through which we will calculate delta. Here you can see that delta represents the relative refractive index. Numerical aperture is equal to eta 1 into under root 2 delta. Here delta represents the relative refractive index. Eta 1 is the coarse refractive index and numerical aperture is already calculated by us. So taking delta under root 2 delta on this side, numerical aperture will be equal to this eta 1 will goes into numerator of this, denominator of this numerical aperture. So we will get this type of equation, that is under root 2 delta, which will be equal to numerical aperture upon eta 1. When we just calculate this and take this under root 2 on this denominator and calculate this delta, we will get delta is equal to 0.086. So in this manner, by substituting this value easily and taking delta as main, we can calculate the relative refractive index of this optical fiber. This question is already asked in your GTU paper for 4 marks. So you can easily gain 4 marks by taking this solution, and from this solution not only you can calculate this sum, but you can also calculate the sums which are near to that, or the sums or numericals with different values which are nearly same of these sums. Let us calculate the next sum. In this presentation, you can see that the critical temperature of superconductor is 78 Kelvin and critical field is 0.518 Tesla at 0 Kelvin. Find the value of critical field at temperature 25 Kelvin and 58 Kelvin. This question was asked in GTU paper from the topic of superconductivity. You can see here the values that the critical temperature of superconductor is 78 Kelvin and the critical field at 0 Kelvin is 0.518 Tesla. So you want to calculate the critical field at different temperatures. You can see in your question 25 Kelvin and 58 Kelvin are the values of two different temperatures at which you need to calculate the critical field. So you will get the values of two different critical field from this. This question in your paper was asked for 3 marks, and it can be also asked for 3 to 4 marks in your paper. Let us calculate the same. Let us go towards the solution of this numerical. Here T represents the temperature